over a week, but Bloomington is still buzzing from that overtime win over Kansas and Hawaii. Now that win put IU at number 6 in the AP polls, but I've been told that it was much more than just a game that weekend. Both teams spent time running a children's camp and visiting military sites like Pearl Harbor, which allowed the players to do a little bit of chemistry building as a team and character building as individuals. And of course, that big win over Kansas just made that weekend that much sweeter for the Hoosiers. Back to you guys. I had the opportunity to sit down and speak with Jess Gaudreau earlier this week, and one of the topics we talked about was that transition from Team Canada back to IU. She's got an unfamiliar coaching staff, unfamiliar faces on the team, and she's been named captain. She said that it's been pretty challenging to learn the different personalities on the team, but that it's been a very rewarding experience and that it's helped her grow so much as a leader. Back to you guys. Water polo is an extremely aggressive and active sport, but for those watching, it might not be that obvious because most of the action takes place beneath the surface. With the Big Ten tournament right around the corner, every game is important, but especially this one. If IU is able to win, they will be the 2 or 3 seed in the Big Ten tournament, depending on the outcome of the Penn State-Northwestern game that is also happening right now. If Michigan State wins, they will be the outright number 2 seed. Thanks, Griffin. It's definitely really cold down here on the field as well. We've got the dedicated fans up in the stands all bundled up, and the players spent their warm-up time in a few extra layers today. Right next to me, we've got Rashad Hyacinth about to come into the game, and he is just a ball of energy for this team. It's senior day, but we've seen a lot of production from the younger guys, that goal by Schwartz, and some good looks by Poncho and Lillard. How impressed have you been with their performance today? I'm here with IU's Tanner Thompson. Tanner, game-winning goal on your senior night. How does it feel right now? An exciting week ahead for IU sports, and the biggest story, that rivalry game against Purdue. As mentioned before, the Hoosiers take on the Boilermakers at home this Thursday. Over the weekend, the women's swimming and diving team placed 8th overall in the NCAA championships, and this weekend, it's the men's turn to compete. Starting Thursday, the Hoosiers will travel to Indianapolis to find out where they rank amongst the best of Division I swimmers and divers. One to watch for will be junior Cody Coldren, who is set to compete in 2 of the 3 events after barely missing the opportunity to compete in all 3. Today, we begin the show with an announcement of a generous donation to the university. Last Wednesday was IU Day, and one famous family showed their Hoosier spirit through a huge gift. Kaylin Jackson, IU alum and daughter of Colts owner Jim Irsay, made a donation that will support the IU Athletics Excellence Academy being built in the south end zone of Memorial Stadium. Part of the facility will be named the Irsay Family Wellness Clinic, which will support the physical and mental well-being of the over 600 varsity student athletes at IU. The groundbreaking ceremony is set for later this month. So I heard that you enjoy singing during practice, and I'm not going to ask you to sing, don't worry, but if you wanted to share kind of some of your go-to songs while you're, hitting or hanging out in the locker room with your friends. Join with me now is Brad Davis and Joe DiBenedetto. Brad and Joe will be debating what their top plays were from the year. So Brad, we'll let you start off with yours. All right, so I've been taking some mental notes during those. They were all great plays, but I have to say that I think, with the situation, the Hoosiers were the underdog in all of these situations, the, momentum that they built from these plays, I'm going to have to go with Brad's picks.
Thank you, Nicole. I completely agree. I'm sorry, Joe, but I don't know. I just have a knack for picking great plays.
I would like to respectfully disagree. Ice in his veins, Josh Newkirk, that was crazy, crazy games. I'd like a recount on votes, please.
All right, well, maybe we'll have time for that later. But as of right now, that has been our final segment of Cream vs. Crimson. Thanks for tuning in.
Looks like you had some fun there. I didn't know you were studying to be a ref. I thought you were studying sports journalism.
Yeah, you never know. You have to have a backup plan.
Exactly.
But yeah, it was a tough choice, but it was definitely really fun. And now it is time to sit down for this week's Who's That Hoosier? This past weekend, Delta Gamma placed first in the Little 500 Spring Series Team Pursuit event. I spent some time with 2 members of the DG team who are sisters both by initiation and blood. Growing up, Kristen and Lori Bignell shared a bathroom and a love for the outdoors. Now, the sisters share a college campus, a sorority house, and the title of Delta Gamma Little 500 Rider.
Change coming in!
Kristen, a senior, said that having Lori on the team has helped them both grow as riders.
Not only do I coach her and motivate her, but she also motivates me to really do my best and work hard at every practice.
Kristen said that Lori has always looked up to her as the older sister. But when Lori began riding for Delta Gamma, Kristen was studying abroad and wasn't there to help her sister learn all of the new tricks. So when Kristen did come back and see all of the improvements Lori had made, it made the entire experience that much more rewarding. But, as with any team dynamic, there are also challenges involved. Lori, a sophomore, expressed her personal struggles with being on the team with her older sister.
I don't want to let Chrissy down, so I feel like being on a team with your sibling is hard in that way because you're always kind of hard on yourself.
But those pressures don't get in the way of the sisters' close bond. Even after long days at the track, Lori said that the two rarely tire of spending time together.
We definitely love to hang out together. Even though we're at IU and we bike a ton together, we still hang out a lot together. Like last night, she asked me to go Target with her.
Grown up, but still living under the same roof, the Bignells give the family aspect of Little 500 a literal meaning.
I was worried for the life of someone that I didn't even know. Be the Match is the National Bone Marrow Registry, and what the foundation does is it finds stem cell and bone marrow donors for patients with blood-borne diseases like leukemia, lymphoma, etc. So I donated March 21st, 2014. So yeah, it was a day I won't forget. I got a letter from the recipient of that during finals week saying the donation had been a success and she had no more signs of cancer. Which, reading that, for being like a 19-year-old kid, like just worried about passing a chemistry class or something like that, it just kind of gave me a whole new perspective on life and kind of absolutely changed me. The following year, I got to meet the recipient. I met her really close to my 21st birthday, so it was really cool to have that experience. And from there, we formed like this relationship to where we would work together on these projects with Be the Match. Last year, she got to watch the race she streamed it online. And I guess because of the triathlon that I did and because of Little 500, cycling had just been something that we kind of like had. Like that was kind of a symbol, an athletic symbol for me of like my whole journey with Be the Match. Unfortunately, a couple weeks later, she passed away unexpectedly. She had a DVT in her leg. I found out like walking out of a final, and that, I don't know, is a really hard hit, and it continues to be. She's the reason I still ride. I mean, that's really made me buckle down for this year and really want to go after this race, just because it's just something there that I can relate to and tie back to her and my whole journey. It's been something really cool.
For seniors Miata Walker, Haley Daniel, and Kelsey Whirling, last month's national title was their third in 4 years. It would also be their last with the Crimson Cheerleading all-girls team. The three girls are the only ones left of their freshman class, which included 11 others who have left the program over the years. Miata said this fact is something she is very proud of.
I just would never believe, that I'm standing here. I made it through. There was 14 freshmen of us. Now there's 3. And so to think that, I'm one of those 3, I'm just super thankful for.
Despite their multiple titles, perhaps the most impactful year for the seniors was 2015, when the team came in second in nationals. Haley said the loss was a strong motivator.
It was what we needed to get back on track, to, drive a little bit more, to push a little bit harder, and it really, really set a fire underneath our butts.
That fire led to 2 consecutive titles in 2016 and 2017. Tony Nash, the assistant coach for the team, emphasized the high standard of leadership these 3 have brought to the program.
We kind of hold everyone to the same standard, but I think this senior class has been outstanding throughout their time as far as leading this group.
Each of the 3 seniors is said to bring a different leadership quality to the team. Haley is the sweet, encouraging one. Miata is the motivational speaker, the lead by example. And Kelsey is the outspoken one who keeps people in line. Kelsey said that this creates a combination that has worked very well over the years.
Especially this group of seniors, Haley, Miata, and I think we brought a really good form of leadership to the team. I think we all brought very different things, whether we needed to get on people, whether we needed to cheer people up, whether we needed to bring positivity to the team, whether we needed to be stern. We all played different roles, and I think us three working together really was a great combination.
Now that the seniors are approaching graduation, they express their gratitude for the program and the valuable lessons and bonds it has given them.
To think that, I wasn't going to cheer in college, and here we are, like, with 3 titles under my belt and family for life. That's my second family.
And while they may not wear their crimson uniforms much longer, these seniors will carry their IU legacy with them for the rest of their lives.
This program will forever be the biggest part of me, and I really wouldn't be who I am without it.
For IU Sports Media, I'm Nicole Krasean.